There we go. It's already started. Today I have a dumpster being delivered. I have a demolition permit to take down this big shed. It's like 31 feet by 14. It's actually bigger than what my small home will be, but it's in really bad condition. The frame's really rotted, sagging badly. It's just in a really bad location. The previous owners put it in probably 30 years ago. So I need to find a location to set the dumpster, and that's what I'm up to right now. This is the building that I'm going to demolish. For a time, it was where we stored a lot of the stuff that we were keeping that we found on the property that was savable. But, there's a lot of rot. The whole thing is sagging. I mean, could it be saved? Perhaps, but I'm being taxed on this thing, and the last thing I want to do is feed the government any more money than is necessary. So I'm going to have some heavy equipment in here in the middle of August, and we're going to take this building down. Then we're going to load it full into dumpsters, and then I have to have it inspected. And the reason I went with a demolition permit is because I am being taxed on this building. So in order to take it off the tax record, it has to be demolished, properly, officially, with permits. So it cost me $100 for the permit. You can see how rotted this is. Doesn't even take much. So for me, it's just not worth the time and energy to fix this thing. While there might be some okay timber inside and probably some things we can salvage, we will do that once it's on the ground if there's anything worth keeping. But yeah, it's got to go. And next to this building, I'm still dealing with piles of trash that are still here, that we've been at least getting into one spot as we find it around the property. Old fencing, pallets, wood, all this stuff is going to have to go in the dumpster. The wire fencing, I may see if I can find a local who wants it. And yeah, there's just piles of stuff that we've been picking up around the property. And I just wanted to make sure that I had enough stuff in one spot before I ordered the dumpster. Because boy, have they gotten expensive. 30-yard dumpster, $695 for 10 days. Last fall, when I got my last dumpster, it was $499. So yeah, I think the price of everything is going up. And that's another reason why I want to make sure that my economic footprint is really small here. Because I don't want to have big expenses. And while I could afford a much bigger house, I just don't want that liability. How much do I really need? I'm building a small house, and if it doesn't work, I can expand on it, but I just, I don't know. Things haven't been going well in the economy for a very long time. And while I think some dark times are coming because of it, I just don't know the future, and I don't want to overextend myself and be in a position where I lose what I have because I can't pay for it. And while my land and everything here that I'm doing is completely debt-free, if I have a high tax burden because I have a big house and I didn't have a job and enough investments to help pay for it, or a way to sell things, whether it's stuff that I raise, I garden, animal husbandry, you name it. Anything that I can do to earn money, when I'm done my career. I don't want a big tax burden. I want to keep my costs as low as possible and also have investments, dividends, things like that, passive income that'll help pay for my needs. And solving for food obviously is going to be the biggest one. So we're going to set up lots of gardens. hopefully get some chickens and things like that, and go from there. But as I plan for my future, I just don't want to have heavy expenses from anywhere, because I just, as much as I think my job's okay, you look around the world, I don't know, wars, rumors of wars. Not that this has been anything new. It just seems like over the last 20 or 30 years, things have progressively been getting worse. Mass migrations globally. And I'm not just talking about the US border. You look in Europe, all around the world. Mass migrations, homelessness. Drive down any American city and you're going to see a lot of homeless. And I don't want to join them. I want to be self-sufficient. And I don't know, my antennae are up. And I kind of have this sense that something isn't right and I need to prepare. Am I a prepper? No. But in a sense, I am preparing for my future and the unknown. I have a big family. And I'm just doing everything I can to make sure that the things that are in my control, that I do everything I can to have my house in order. Not being in debt. Living within my means, not spending more than I earn, and saving for my future. So it's been a long journey. It hasn't been easy. There's a lot of things that I just don't buy or don't do because I'm trying to save for my future self. In the past when I was young, I'd live in the moment. I would just buy things, because I could afford the payment, until I had so many payments that it kind of outstripped how much I was making, right? And then something happens, like your car breaks down or, anything. You don't have money for an emergency. Yeah, now that I'm 50, I've learned a lot. And I know that debt is, something you do not want. Because you become a servant to the lender. Your future self just becomes a slave. So it is taking me longer to do things here because I'm not borrowing money. And while I do earn more than I spend, the cost of everything has gone up and it's slowing me down even more. So, but I'm still laser focused on, getting this homestead up and running. The sooner the better. But again, it's still taking time. And then back to my building permit, that was really frustrating. I applied for it May 30th. And then here in July, when I had my driveway inspected, I was talking to the inspector about my building permit. Like, what's going on? He's like, something's wrong. Because it should only take 2 to 3 weeks to get that out the door. And as it turns out, they're on a new digital system. 5 days after I applied, they needed more information and sent me an email through the automated system. I never got the email. It wasn't in my spam, wasn't anywhere. So I'm like, okay. And there was also a fee. So to build my 500 square foot home, it is going to cost it was like just over $900 for the building permit because they do it by the square foot. So again, I paid the ransom. I had no idea any of that was in the automated system. When I would log in, there's no notifications. My building permit, when I click on permits, just says pending. That was it. So yeah, I should have called. I should have called the county to figure out what was going on, but I didn't know any better. And it wasn't until I talked to the inspector that I was like, hey, what's going on? So I provided the new information, paid the fee, $900 some, and it's still pending, but at least I'm going to stay on it now. I'm going to call them in about a week to see what's going on, get an update, and then we'll go from there. It's pretty unlikely that I'll be able to get the shell up like I intended, before winter, but we'll see what happens, and and where things go. But that was pretty frustrating, but at least I got my driveway done. All that stuff is sorted. And now I'm just, I have the demolition permit, so I'm going to take that building down. And one of my sons is in between jobs this summer, so I'm going to hire him to do all the loading into the dumpster. He's still trying to find work right now, so I'll give him some income in the meantime. And that's another thing. I mean, you see a lot of the jobs out there. A lot of them are in service and food. And, you know, it's a tough job market out there. And with the cost of everything, my oldest son, he's just buying his first home, a condo. But yeah, it's in pretty bad shape, and it costs a lot of money. And with interest rates the way they are, it's tough. So I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing my part, because I just don't have a good feeling about what's coming. And I'm not doom and gloom. I mean, you know, as long as we're free, I think people will, you know, do their thing, and people that are motivated will find work and do their best to earn money. I'm one of those people. I'll do just about anything to earn money for my family. And that's where I'm at. I don't know, I just feel this urgency to get this done and get moving. And it's frustrating that it's been nearly 4 years, and I've spent already like $5 short of $12,000 on this building, this small home that I'm going to build, and I haven't even broken ground yet. And that's frustrating. 500 square feet, this thing is like going to be a glorified shed, so to speak. But I've already had to spend so much money just even before I broke ground. So once I get the full cost breakdown, I'll share it after I'm done. But yeah, things aren't the way they used to be. It doesn't get more green than this. I'm the motor. Perhaps I'm getting too much technology up here. I don't know, but cell phones don't work very well up here at all in the middle of nowhere, but I do have Starlink. So T-Mobile, who is my carrier, does Wi-Fi calling. So I set up an access point at the peak of my cabin roof. And while I did have one inside the cabin, when you're out and about, not far away, the interior walls would interfere with the signal outside. So this way, having a high point, it covers a vast area outside now. So both of my picnic benches, and I can be pretty far away and now not miss a phone call. So that's pretty cool. You know, if there's an emergency out here, I am in the middle of nowhere, but I would like to be able to reach out to emergency services if I did need something. So since I do technology stuff for my day job, yeah, I'm a little obsessed, but another thing off my list. Come on.
Today's on the payroll. It means you gotta get filmed too. Stack it. Get the bicep. Now.
I'm coming.
It's eviction day for the stuff. Since we're demolishing this building, the stuff that we're gonna keep, we gotta get out of here. And some trash. So once you get past the board, you can start moving it down. Gotta teach them young. Well, that's a wrap for today. This is our second electrical storm. It was really hot today, but we got a lot done. We have the dumpster for 10 days, and mainly to get the stuff on the inside and some of the stuff that was on the outside. We made some really good progress. It's pretty full. Yeah, it's not perfect. There's gaps, but we still have a lot more to go. Plenty of time. I'm happy with the progress. We started taking the windows out of this building just basically so that when the demolition starts there isn't glass everywhere. And the frames were made from extruded aluminum, so they're worth something at the scrapyard. But we are making progress, just waiting for the demolition crew. Though another thing I want to do is come in and remove the insulation, because once that's down and out, it'll be less mess to clean up later. So I just have to take off this paneling, and then I'm just gonna bag the insulation and put it in a dumpster. Just getting ready for the storm. We've had some bad electrical storms here last few days. So powerful, so amazing. Nothing like thunder. Especially at 8,500 feet above sea level, you know, closer to the clouds. It's just so much deeper and just sounds more powerful. Alright, time to take cover. A lot of these pine trees have old lightning strike scars, so I am generally on high ground, so I don't like to be outside during electrical storms. Alright, this building is empty, all the insulation removed. We are ready for demolition. It's early morning, middle of August. It's already starting to feel like fall. It's just in the upper 40s this morning here at the cabin. I'm waiting for the demolition contractor and the dumpster to be delivered, so I'm just getting everything ready. Just excited. It's going to be a busy day, so I'll take you along for the ride. I'm also going to get a time lapse of the building coming down, so I'm going to set up a separate camera for that. So really excited, and hope you enjoy what I have to share. It's so quiet and beautiful, and there's like so much dew on the grass. The way the sun hits it's just kind of magical, honestly. Just hearing the birds chirp. Just taking a walk, waiting for the contractors to get here. Alright, getting ready. Getting the machine off the trailer. Gonna get started here in a minute. Oh, there we go. It's already started. Man, the power in the machine is just amazing. Doing this by hand would have taken so long. That's good timing. The demolition just got done, and now I see the dumpster coming there in the distance on the road. You can see the dumpster coming in, so perfect timing, perfect timing. All right, dumpster's on the ground. Just waiting for my son to get here. He's coming down from Denver to help load it.
Is that your pacemaker?
Yeah, that's what that beeping is. Making progress. With the cost of the dumpsters being $830 for a 40-yard dumpster, we're trying to pack it in here perfectly. No wasted space. It's too expensive. Super good progress.
Don't take any pictures of me, Andrew.
No, I'm not taking pictures of you.
Appropriate for YouTube. Look at it.
I know, it's
Nipples?
indecent exposure.
Yeah.
They'll probably say, Greg, you dig that old body up there.
But we managed to get a 38 by 13 building into a 40-yard dumpster, neatly stacked with at least 4 foot of dumpster left. Though we did manage to find some good timber, good 2x material we can use on other projects. So that did not go in the dumpster. And we also have aluminum from the roof that can be recycled. So great progress. Another building down, another thing off my list. Now I can stop paying taxes on that unruly building.
See this? That was me. Now I just need ice and some water. And I got a nice ice bath and can relax.
Yeah, hard day's work. My son's exhausted. Check him out. He did a lot of work.
Look how exhausted I am.
But we are done. That building is down, gone, and in the dumpster. Feels great. It's another victory. Cleaning this property up and returning it back to the way it was originally. It's just as before people got here. Totally awesome. Until next time, take care.